up, guys?
Hey, how's it going? We're going to try a new game this time. Shadow of the Colossus, the remastered version.
Yep. I haven't ever played this. Joey's played it all the way through. When you played it, Joey, did you play the remastered version the first time, or did you play the original?
The remastered version.
Okay. Still the same experience. I mean,
basically, just everything.
Changing the visuals doesn't really do much.
It just makes everything look better, which I think would make a difference in this game because you're fighting giant monsters, so.
Oh, okay.
Makes everything look more awesome and epic. So.
Are you playing? You had a New Game Plus option. Are you playing the New Game Plus?
Yeah.
There's really good visuals. I've seen a little bit of this gameplay from other people's channels and stuff, but I didn't realize it actually looked this good. For some reason, it doesn't translate very well when you're like watching it on a phone and stuff.
Oh. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, it looks a lot better on this TV too. When I played it on mine, it didn't look this good. So. Yeah.
I played a lot before this TV with a force spotted. Unfortunately, as you can see, it's damaged. The viewers won't be able to see that, but there's a big scan line down the side of my TV because, I went with a bad company instead of something like Sony.
Yeah, it's not too big of a deal though.
It's frustrating to me because it lasted the TV lasted maybe 3 years and they got the scan line. Thanks. Okay, so I know a little bit about this game, but I'm still going to ask questions, just because the people watching at home may not
understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what's up with the big bundle of fabric that he has?
That's your girlfriend and/or sister and/or mother.
So it's a really ambiguous game.
Yeah, it's very ambiguous. There's not a lot explained, I mean, I assumed it was his wife or girlfriend.
It's good for them to leave it ambiguous. They're just trying to make it where it's somebody that you're attached to.
Yeah.
I thought they just upped the textures and stuff, but the borders are actually better too, because those feet look like actual feet. They don't just look like a pile of polygons.
Look like a stump.
I should see if I can find some footage of the original game and put it next to that.
Time for the lore.
Oh wow, it was actually a cutscene.
Yeah, nobody actually speaks English.
Yeah, I was like, what is that language? We had the volume turned down a little bit. I'm like, wait, need to turn it up a little bit. Did I not actually hear it in English?
Spanish, Italian, Native America, Chinese.
It's like, what was that? Skyrim. They made up a language for Skyrim.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing one Colossus an episode.
Yeah.
So you guys know. So these episodes may go a little bit long. A little bit short if Joey is good, but I mean it's Joey, so they're gonna go long. Nice. They're gonna make everybody sick now. So is that Epona from Zelda?
What is that? The horse from Zelda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's actually.
That's Agro.
Oh, it's Agro.
Agro
That's
the
what
horse.
they call it.
Yeah.
That's Okay, so Agro isn't Agro Spanish?
I don't know. I think a lot of because this guy's name is Wander. His name is Wander, and I don't think any of these names are just I think they're just made up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the architecture and everything looks sort of like sort of Roman.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's
probably just a mixed match of cultures.
Yeah.
To make it fantasy but not generic.
Yeah, they didn't want to. They wanted to make it look different than anything else.
There's shadow monsters remind me of I can't think of the name of the
Ico.
guy. What? Ico, yeah.
Ico is the first game that this studio made, and this is set in the same universe.
Yeah.
It's just a different story.
Isn't the new game they made with the giant dog board thing?
The Last Guardian?
Yeah, the Last Guardian, isn't that supposed to be connected to?
Yeah, it's actually they're called Team Ico. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So this is their second game. Yeah, I think they've only made 3 games in like 20 years. So
that is pretty crazy. But though just a team, it's not actually. It's not like a development house all to itself. What they call it, like a smaller, bigger development house, maybe. I should look it up.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I got the internet. I'll look it up. I'll see.
Yeah, you have the internet. I have the game.
Normally, I'd have this out before all timer, making sure episodes get under time, but this is new to me, not having to watch the clock.
Scanline is gone.
Yeah, it fades away after the TV warms up.
Yeah, that's basically what he's doing. He's trying to save someone who died, and the only way to bring back people from the dead is by killing 16 Colossi. Colossi. Yeah.
Is it Colossi?
It's Colossi if it's plural, I guess. I mean...
Is that actually the
I don't
official?
know. I don't think there's ever been a plural Colossus, though, so this this game may have been the creator of the word Colossi.
Okay, so Team Ico is legitimately a development house. It's not. I totally thought it would be like a smaller team within some other development house. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
They must be a really small team, because 3 games in like 15 years. How are you going to sustain your employees of only 3 games?
I know the guy who the lead director or the president or whoever is very ambitious, because in the beginning when he was making this game he wanted to put 48 Colossi in the game, and this was a PlayStation 2 game.
So you wanted like a 16 disc game?
Yeah, basically he wanted this in acts. So everyone was like, that's too much. So he cut it in half. He's like, okay, 24, whatever. And then they took 8 out that were already in the game because there was just too many. For The Last Guardian isn't like the controls are like kind of ruin the game. I haven't actually played it.
That's a shame. That suggests they haven't really learned anything, because I hear this game has rough controls too.
Yeah. It establishes a great sense of tone though. Like it's Azure, because half the game is traveling around looking for the Colossus and then fighting them. And when you get to them, it feels like an actual battle because they're the only enemies in the game. So it's
sounds like my kind of game, because I like games that have kind of that downtime in between action, because it gives me like a relaxed, almost zen state when I have just where I'm in an environment where there's nothing in particular to do, but I have a like general goal. So that's why I like games like Far and stuff, where you have a vast area to walk through.
There's a lot of that. There's a large amount of places to go. You can collect little collectibles, but it doesn't have as many side objectives as, say, basically any other game now. Every other open world game has a bunch of collectathons and all that you got to do.
Yeah, but when this game was made, I don't think that was the thing. I think Ubisoft kind of pushed that idea of like open world games need to be covered with crap. Well, maybe not Ubisoft. Maybe it was Grand Theft Auto. Probably Grand Theft Auto Vice City, or
yeah. I don't think Ubisoft created the what do you call it, the open world game with lots of towers, lots of things to collect. I think they do it now all the time. That's all their games.
Yeah.
They may not have popularized it, but
I think they do it out of a business standpoint. I think it's just they've figured out a workflow where they can make a game that's covered with stuff like that, and they apply that to every single game now.
And maybe that's what a lot of people just want in general. They want a game that where there's lots of stuff to do. Maybe not all of it is really that meaningful, but just lots of things to do.
No, I can see that. It's some people like games where you're occupying time, you're grinding, and so I can see that that's probably where a lot of their sales come from.
Yeah.
But I like more depth in my games.
Yeah, this I think has a lot more depth than a lot of games now.
Man, the like amount of shrubberies and stuff. Like, look at all the blades of grass. Rendering that right there would have probably taken the original PlayStation like 3 years.
It would have struggled. It would have been like trying to get that one blade of grass.
The whole game is just you put the disc in, you wait for 5 hours, and now it's rendered this field. That's funny how much it is. It's probably not going to come across in all footage either. I didn't realize it felt like muddied, and I think that's because the color scheme is very like low on variance.
Yeah.
It's all browns and greens in this area. A little bit of like yellow tinges.
You can change the filter too.
Really?
Yeah, you can make it nighttime. You can make it.
Oh, because there's no like day-night cycle, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's all day.
Okay.
All day, every day.
Do you have to unlock those options?
No, you can just have them.
Oh, okay. It's cool to have such a sense of scale, at least.
Yeah, that's great. Just a lot of the game for me, like I tried to not to spoil anything while I was playing. A lot of the fun was just getting to these colossi, like finally understanding what they look like. Like this one, I was like floored, like holy crap, this thing is.
And isn't he one of the smaller colossuses too?
He is, yes. He's one of the, I don't know, he's in the bottom fourth of the smallest colossi.
That's a little bit like weird how the ground just kind of folds back into the ground.
It's like it wasn't there.
That's probably because so him smashing the ground, that's part of his actual model, probably. Little bits that come up.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool.
They put a lot of work into just the arena.
It's a cool way to save on like resources to include the way a creature affects the environment as part of the model.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually tried to kill him from down here?
Can I? Shit, I didn't know that was possible.
Because you hit him in the forehead. Isn't that where his like weak spot is or whatever?
You gotta stab him though.
Well, look, it did some damage to him.
Yeah, I think it does. It's done that before. I think the first time you hit something, it always will do that.
Oh, okay. He has almost a Tauren look to him.
Tauren?
Yeah, Minotaur. So, wow.
Oh yeah, he's a Minotaur.
Oh, I guess he's supposed to be a Minotaur. Okay, that makes sense. So down in the bottom right, when it's not in the cutscene, that's like your grip meter, right?
Yeah, that is your...
Oh, it doesn't even show up unless you're using it. That's really nice.
Yeah, it'll disappear.
Does it read your health?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you could actually get like killed except for falling off things. I thought that was the only way you could die.
Oh, they can smash you.
Oh, wow.
They can be like, you piece of
It was nice of him to put some platforms on.
I know, what the hell?
When he woke up in the morning, he was like, I want to wear my platform backpack. Just in case.
I could see him putting some rocks back there or something. He's bored, he wants to feel like he has an important job.
Yeah. So do each of these Colossus have names?
They have code names in the actual game. They're developer code names. So you would, when they were talking about it, when they were creating them, they'd give them names. Like this one was called.
Okay.
This one was called Dallas, I think.
But the actual game doesn't name them at
No,
all.
they're called. What people call them when they don't know those names is the first Colossus, or the second Colossus.
I guess I'll name it by the developer name. I'm trying to think of what to call the episodes.
Yeah.
Guess we're gonna do it by Colossus. Well, okay, good job, Greg. Good job.
Yeah. I died.
What, do you get the choice whether or not to die? Like, are you gonna not go towards the light now?
I don't know what happens there. I think you're getting corrupted by
By being a dick and carrying a dude that just was walking around trying to collect rocks for his backpack.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like, this is his vengeance. He shoots his black soul at you, and then you go all over the ground, and I don't know.
Well, that's I guess the end of the fourth episode.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's a little.
There's a little bit of cutscene here.
A little bit of a cutscene, a little bit of hint about the next Colossus too.
Oh, okay.
Because the god, this guy's name is Dorman. He's the one who's going to save your important person who you want to save.
Your MacGuffin in female form.
Yeah. Maybe he's just a really nice guy, and that's like just some girl.
He just was trotting along and like, oh man, she looks sick. Picks her up. I know exactly where to take her. I do this all the time.
What if there were two of them, and one of them was just too heavy to carry?
It's like, that one looks cute. If this was a modern game, the end of the game would just be whole waking up and stabbing you and be like, you expect me to give you something for this? It'd be all just commenting on the trope of a bit expecting rewards.
I just wanted a kiss. I didn't ask you to suck my. Have you seen that video?
No. We'll have to watch it in between episodes. I'll put a link in the description. I have a feeling it's not safe for walk though.
Yeah, definitely.
The fact that it has a language that almost sounds like a real language is almost distracting. Because I keep on trying to listen, and then I look at the subtitles, and I'm like, that's not what he's saying. It messes my brain. Alright, we'll see you guys next time for the next Colossus.
Yep. Later.